Today we are back with Storyteller, The Lost Chapters. Right now we're on the custom chapter Crime. I'm really excited. These are modded levels, which you can download off of the internet, off of GitHub, and they're just some custom chapters that make some really funky interactions happen, and they're supposed to be really hard. And the first two chapters I did, there's like 10 chapters. I did the first two in the last video if you want to go check that out. And they're hard. They were tricky. So this one is The Detective Arrests Murderer. Feels like that one should be easy enough, right? Because the butler would go get the gun, murder the Duke, then the detective has a seance with the Duke, and then, the detective arrests the butler. Simple enough, but don't fool yourself into thinking they're that easy, because they get hard. Butler gets shot. Okay, so maybe the butler would kidnap the Duke, and then, or maybe the Duchess, the Duke, I don't know. And then the other partner lets him go. So then maybe would the Duke go get the gun and shoot the Duke? Yeah, okay. Or the Duke would go get the gun and shoot the butler. Look at the blood. Oopsies. Interesting. What about butler gets revenge on detective? So I think eventually the butler's gonna get the gun and shoot the detective. But the detective has to kidnap the butler first. So maybe the Duke... Oh my gosh. The Duke shoots somebody, and the detective is going to see it. So then, yes, he will kidnap the Duke. The detective will kidnap the butler, but maybe the Duchess will let him go because she doesn't know. And then the butler will go, shoot the detective. Nope. Because he doesn't have the gun anymore. But how do we get the butler to get the gun back? Is the gun there? We don't have enough frames for this. Because then he couldn't kill him here. He takes the gun from him. Oh, sorry. Maybe then the butler just kidnaps the detective. Right. He doesn't have to kill him. I forget. I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting. We don't really usually have the kidnap with these characters. I keep forgetting they can kidnap each other. Right. So he kidnaps them to get revenge. Sick. Detective learns he released a murderer. Oh, here we go. Seance for sure. And then he's gonna be like, oh no. Okay. Gun. But okay. The butler takes gun. Murders Duke. Oh. Murders Duke. Maybe murders Duchess. Then the Duke goes back, realizes, oh my god. Oh, no. The Duke realizes, oh my gosh, my gun is gone. Would the Duke then kidnap the butler? Nope. Oh, maybe the butler has a seance. The Duke has a seance with his wife. He finds out that the butler was the one who murdered the Duchess. So then the Duke will kidnap the butler. And then the detective will come back and let him go. But then he'll have a seance with the Duchess, realize, oh my gosh. Realize he let go the butler who had murdered the Duchess. So that's the murder occurs before release. But now we have to have a murder occur after the release. Okay, so someone has to be mad enough to kidnap the butler. They wouldn't do that. But he's still gonna have a seance eventually. But then, okay, so then the detective's gonna have to pick up the gun still at some point, after he gets released from the cage though. Because that's how he gets the gun back. And then he'll have to kill somebody and then have a seance here. But we have to find some reason that someone would kidnap the butler. Maybe it's not the butler. Maybe someone else has to kill. But I don't know how we do that. Because they wouldn't have an affair. Murder occurs after release. So right, he gets released, gets the gun, shoots, and then has a seance, but we have to have some reason somebody would kidnap him, but we have to have one frame to do that. Maybe then the butler has to kidnap somebody, get let go, and then the girl would kidnap him, and then the detective lets him go, and then he kills somebody, but then we don't have enough frames for the detective to learn about that. So then I don't think it can be the detective. I don't think we have enough frames for the butler to be the murderer. So maybe the detective lets the Duke go, and then the Duke goes and gets the gun, and then shoots the butler, and then the detective has a seance with the butler and finds out, okay, that the Duke killed the butler. Interesting. I didn't realize the Duke would be mad enough to kill the butler for that. I'm like, you can click these buttons to go to the different versions. Find out that the butler killed the Duke, or the Duke killed the butler, and be like, oh my gosh, I let him go. I'm so sorry. I'm the reason you're dead. But the butler isn't like, oh, but I kidnapped him first. He doesn't like let that information out there because he's a bad guy. The Duke imprisons his own wife. Oh no. Okay. But will she have an affair? She won't have an affair. Oh, we just have these three people. But he's gonna witness something. Duke imprisons his wife. Right, but I feel like the Duke is gonna witness something. Maybe the butler kidnaps the Duchess, or the Duke, and then the Duchess lets the Duke go. I don't know where I'm going with this. So then maybe would the Duchess go get the gun? Oh, so then the Duke witnesses... I hope this is not what it is. The Duke witnesses the Duchess kill the Duke, or kill the butler, and the Duke would imprison his own wife for murder. You'd imprison your own wife for murdering the man who kidnapped you. Get these men out of here. Honestly, I've been crapping on Isabel for murdering everyone, but she's a ride or die. These people suck. These people are not ride or dies. They are evil. Double arrest. 2 scenes with the detective arresting people. We know that. Oops. Murders are gonna happen though. Butler grabs gun. Kills Duchess. Seance. The Duke has a seance with his wife. Finds out, oh no, the butler killed me. So then the butler puts the gun back. The Duke goes and gets the gun and murders the Duke goes and gets the gun and murders the butler. And then we have to have them. Oh my gosh, if we had more panels, then I think the detective could have a seance with both the Duchess and the butler. Oh no, because we can't arrest him if he's dead. Or can he come back? If the detective has a seance... Oh, shoot. Oh, he can find the fingerprints. I forgot. I thought it was going to be something like... Oh gosh. I thought it was going to be something like... The butler had... Oh. I thought maybe the Duke could shoot the detective when he's in handcuffs after the detective arrests him, after doing the Ouija board kind of thing. The seance kind of thing. But now I think... The detective's gonna get the fingerprints off the gun after the murder happens, and then the Duke will go pick up the gun and shoot. No, because we need to have 2 of these. Right, arrested and then arrested. If we had like 2 more scenes, this would work. Because the Duke would shoot the butler and then get the fingerprints off the gun and then he'd get arrested there. Why is... He's mad at him? What on earth are we doing? Maybe the detective has a seance. Arrests the butler. Does that put the gun back, though? That puts the gun back. Okay. Okay. So arresting somebody puts the gun back. Which makes sense. So the butler gets the gun, shoots the Duchess, the Duke finds out about it, and then kills... Oh, wait. Oh, gosh. I don't know. This is tricky. I just know we're eventually going to have this and this. So that we have to have free. We're also going to have a seance at some point. But who we're going to seance? I don't... Oh, shoot. What was that? Oh, shoot. Who we're going to have a seance for, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe the detective or the Duke doesn't have to murder anyone. Maybe the detective can just get his fingerprints off the gun. So then he'll arrest him. Maybe... okay. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, it just had to be in the right order. So the butler takes the gun, shoots the Duchess, puts the gun back. The Duke picks up the gun, so now the fingerprints on the gun are the Duke's, which is enough to get him arrested for the murder of the Duchess. But then the detective has a seance with the Duchess, finds out that it was actually the butler who killed her, so then he goes and arrests the butler, and the Duke is innocent, and then he'll eventually be released from prison. What is on my hand? I thought that was red on my hand, but it was just a light. Anyway. Funky. I really had to go back into my knowledge of playing the game for the first time, which was like a month ago, at this point, of how the detective can get the wrong fingerprints off the gun. I really had to think some things through. Duchess imprisons detective. Okay. So is it going to be something of like, she imprisons the detective to avoid jail time? Is it going to be something of like, she does that as revenge for him kidnapping her husband? Like, what's gonna happen here? Maybe let's go the route of she imprisons him because the detective imprisons the Duke. So maybe the butler, I'm stuttering a lot, the butler kills somebody. But how do we do that? With only 4 people. Maybe the butler kidnaps the Duke. And then the Duchess lets the Duke go. So then the Duchess gets the gun, shoots the butler. So then the detective has a seance with the butler, finds out it was the Duchess who did the murdering. There you go. Hey, that she's doing it. Hey, I won. Hey, I did it. What do you want from me? Duchess imprisons detective. Enough said. I did it. But what do they want else from me? Not even that's enough. Oh wait, Duchess imprisons detective. Wait, hold on, wait. What just happened? Did you see that? Why does she have chains on her? Why does she have chains on her? Literally it's happening. There must be something buggy. They said that some things could be buggy with these levels because they're, because she's not supposed to have chains on her right now, but she does. So maybe something's wrong. Maybe we have to figure out a different way for her to do that. So maybe let's just try something completely new. Maybe then the butler kidnaps the Duchess, who then is let go by the Duke. And then maybe the Duke goes and gets the gun, shoots the butler. Then the detective has a seance, finds out the Duke killed him, kidnaps the Duke, who is then let go by the Duchess. So then maybe the Duchess will kidnap the detective now. And that lets me have it. Tricky, but I had it before. So I've done this level twice. I figured this level out twice. There was a lot of me off screen trying to figure out what the heck was wrong and why it was buggy. And then I found it, trying to figure out what I did wrong, but it was just bugged. Because I had it. I did it. I got it done. But it did not let me have it. Alright, next chapter. Lineage 1. Divorce, paradox, siblings, spouse, in-law, stepfather, succession. And we know the dwarves will be incest. We'll have incest. So, I'm really scared. Let's figure it out. Peachy remarries. Wedding. Peachy and Tiny. Ew. Maybe she figures out Tiny's her dad. So then she'll remarry the other guy. I think is what's gonna happen. Oh, or that way too, I guess. She figures out she's his mom. Either way. Either way. They figure out they're related and then she'll remarry anybody else. You really gotta think, would they marry their family members? And it's typically yes. Tiny murders his grandfather. Okay, so Peachy is Tiny's mom, but Haiti is Peachy's father, right? So then grandpa, grandson. And eventually Tiny is going to push his grandfather off the cliff. And the only way he will do that is if Haiti pushes off somebody that he loves, right? And then he seances with that person. So those frames are all locked into place, I'm pretty sure. We just have to figure out how to move them around. I think this is going to be last. And then this one. And then, I don't know. Tiny murders his grandfather. So we have to have Haiti have a reason to push off Peachy. Oh, I didn't even see this scene, that there's a mirror. I didn't see that at all. So maybe Haiti's just mad. Yeah, Haiti's just mad at Peachy for being the fairest of them all. Well, that one wasn't super hard because there's just so many scenes that were locked into place, like had to be a thing. You had to have this murder scene. You had to have a seance because that's the only reason Tiny would push somebody off the cliff. You had to have a cliff scene with Haiti pushing off somebody that Tiny cared about, but you only have one more person. You had to have the two relationship scenes establishing the lineage, and then the other one just had to be filled in. That's nice. Okay. I didn't even see the mirror scene at first. Tiny gets revenge on his brother. So, like, similar here. You know that Haiti, maybe, we don't know maybe who the parent is, but we're gonna have to have two scenes of the same person having Tiny and Greenie be siblings. But I think Greenie was the dad. And all the stuff we remember, remembering back, Greenie's always been the father. And then Tiny and Haiti are brothers. But then Tiny is going to push his brother off like this. Tiny gets revenge on his brother. Oh, revenge maybe because he's dead. Maybe Ghost Tiny pushes his brother off. Jeez. Tiny gets revenge on his brother. So let's do it. Let's think about it that way. We have to get Haiti to hate Tiny enough to push him off. Maybe they find out they're siblings after. That's gonna suck. So maybe Tiny gets married to... So then maybe it's gotta be the mom type of situation. Tiny gets married to... I don't like this already. Tiny gets married to Peachy. Haiti tries to get married to Peachy. Ooh, fine. Okay, we'll look at this in a second. Tiny gets married to Peachy. Haiti tries to get married to Peachy, gets rejected because Peachy's in love with Tiny. So then they find out they're related. Ew. They find out they're brothers and that they're actually both in love with their mom. So then Haiti pushes Tiny off, and then the ghost of Tiny pushes Haiti off the cliff. But Tiny gets revenge on his brother-in-law. Okay, so they're gonna have different parents who are then gonna get married. Right, so this type of stuff. And then eventually the two parents are gonna get married, making that they're now brothers-in-law, right? Is that how that? No, that would be stepbrothers. Brother-in-law. Okay. Hold on. Let's think. How do brother-in-laws work? So they're gonna have to be siblings. We're gonna have to have siblings, and then someone's gonna get married. I'm so confused. Okay, here. Peachy and Tiny are siblings. So then when Peachy gets married to Haiti, Tiny and Haiti are now officially brother-in-laws. Right? But maybe this still has to happen after, because would Tiny get married to Peachy? No, because they know they're related. But if they don't know they're related, they would get married. So then Haiti gets rejected by Peachy. Oh, right. Oh, hold on. Excuse me. Oh, no. Oh, no, I messed everything up. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. What is happening? I think I'm... Yes, okay. Tiny and Peachy are in love. Haiti tries to get with Peachy, gets rejected. So then Haiti pushes Tiny off of the cliff. But this has to happen first. Stop, just move the scenes. Nobody freak out, nobody freak out. Nobody freak out. So then the ghost of Tiny will push his brother-in-law off the cliff. What? Oh, I messed something up. Because we don't have them getting married. We don't have a brother-in-law situation. So eventually we've got to have Haiti get married to Peachy then, right? So maybe I have the family tree wrong. Maybe maybe Haiti and Peachy are siblings. They just don't know it yet. Like something like that. So then I don't know. I think I'm close though. Maybe, okay, so then this happens. Peachy and Tiny are in love. And then, oh, shoot, I don't know. Haiti gets rejected. Oh, Haiti, okay. Greenie is Peachy's dad. Tiny and Peachy fall in love. Haiti gets rejected by Peachy, who's in love with Tiny. But then Haiti finds out Greenie's his dad, which means he's siblings with Peachy. But that's not even relevant. That's not even why he pushes Tiny off the cliff. That just is establishing their brothers-in-law. That's the only thing we care about. We could have this scene and he'd still push him off. This just what gives us the brother-in-law achievement, which is really kind of messy, really messed up. But then, so I can't go see the other one. It's like almost the same with Haiti pushing Tiny off, and then Tiny's ghost pushing Haiti off the cliff. This is some messed up stuff. Greenie and prison spouse. All right, so that's gonna happen. We have family still though, and the mirror, Greenie and prison spouse. Okay. Who's the fairest of them all? That's probably, might be relevant, but he's not really mad. He's just sad about that. Greenie and prison spouse. But I think all of the dwarves are bi as well, so they would get married. So that doesn't really help me out very much. But if Haiti goes to the mirror and finds out Peachy's the fairest of them all, and then gets married to Greenie, Haiti would kidnap Peachy, who would then be let go by Greenie, but he's not really mad enough to kidnap his spouse. Maybe then they've got to be in love first. Now he's a little mad. He's mad, but he wouldn't then go marry Haiti. Greenie imprisoned spouse. Maybe then he's got to kidnap his wife. I literally don't know. Greenie imprisoned spouse. Why would he imprison his spouse? I don't want something icky to happen. So, but I think something icky is gonna happen. If they're in love and then Haiti kidnaps Peachy, Greenie lets Peachy go. No, we only have 6 frames. That's a lot. I'm thinking, because Greenie's probably gonna imprison his spouse because his spouse imprisons somebody else. And I think the most likely for that to happen with is Greenie and Haiti being married. Because then Haiti would kidnap somebody, which would have to be Peachy, and then Greenie would have to let them go, find out it was his spouse, and then kidnap Haiti. But we have to figure out why. We have to give him a reason to kidnap her. Because he wouldn't be sad. He wouldn't be sad that Peachy rejected him because he's already in love with somebody else, so that doesn't work. It's gonna have to be something funky with the parentage. Maybe they find out they're related and they go, oh no. So then maybe Peachy gets rejected. No, Haiti gets rejected. Peachy would just get with him. So then we have to find out, another reason for Haiti to be mad at. Okay, another reason Haiti would be mad at Peachy is if she's the fairest of them all. There you go. But Greenie wouldn't. Okay, it's not enough for Greenie to imprison the spouse yet. I have to add probably one more scene that would make that work. Why would Greenie be mad enough? Maybe Greenie and Peachy are related. Oh my gosh, there's no incest! Have we won oh my gosh. Finally, war is over. We have won. There's no incest, I don't think at all. Because Greenie and Haiti are in love. And then Haiti finds out Peachy is the fairest of them all. And then Greenie is just Peachy's dad. That's fine. That's totally fine. So then Haiti kidnaps Peachy because he wants to be the fairest of them all. Greenie lets his daughter free. And then she's like, hey, it was Haiti. So then Greenie kidnaps Haiti, who's his spouse. But that is okay. That's okay. There's no incest. Yes, Haiti's just mad at his daughter-in-law his stepdaughter for being prettier than him. But can we swap these two? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Oh my gosh, finally. That's so refreshing. Isn't that messed up that that's like a good thing? In-laws. Haiti is murdered by his father-in-law. Okay, Haiti is murdered by his father-in-law. So either Bluey or Greenie are going to be the father-in-law, and Haiti is going to marry the child. I don't know if it matters quite yet. Haiti is murdered by his father-in-law. So then eventually Haiti is going to get pushed off the cliff by Bluey, who right now we're using as the father-in-law. But we have to have some reason for Bluey to be mad enough at Haiti to do that. But we only have the family, the wedding, and the cliff. Maybe Haiti and Bluey start out in love. Or maybe, Maybe Haiti and Greenie start out in love. I think we're back to the incest, I'm thinking. And then Haiti gets rejected by Greenie. They find out that Bluey is Greenie's son. This like requires so much brain power. So then maybe Haiti would push Greenie off. We don't have a seance. Haiti would push Bluey off. Oh, Haiti is murdered by his father-in-law. Does that count? So then Haiti and Greenie get married. Yes, that does count. That does count, being murdered by the ghost of your father-in-law. Because Haiti, unbeknownst to them, Bluey marries his son. And then the son, Greenie, rejects Haiti. And then Haiti then kills the father, his father-in-law, his soon-to-be father-in-law, in order to marry the son of the father-in-law. And then the ghost of Haiti, or the ghost of Bluey, pushes Haiti off the cliff. Wow. You really... Normally with storyteller levels, like the main levels, I can like form the plan in my head and then go from there. Go from the front ways and find the way there. These levels, I have to like place the scenes that I know exist and then figure it out from there. Because I can't just like go, oh yeah, Tiny murders stepfather to avenge his father. I know exactly what's going to happen. No, 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 no. Tiny murders stepfather to avenge his father. I don't even know. Because we're going to have Tiny on a cliff to avenge his father. So eventually Tiny's father is going to be pushed off the cliff. And then Tiny's probably going to have a seance. But we don't know. Haiti's probably going to be the murderer. Let's be so for real. Tiny murders stepfather to avenge his father. And then we have to have a dude. So Tiny... So then Haiti's got to be Tiny's stepfather. And then Greenie is his dad. So, okay. Greenie is Tiny's son, or Tiny's dad, stepfather. So then Tiny and Haiti are going to have to get married. Or no, Greenie and Haiti. Okay, so now father, stepfather. So we've got to find some reason why Haiti would kill this guy. Right. Okay. But we know we're gonna have that, right? Stepfather, father, seance. He has to be dead here, but he will eventually be dead. 3 more scenes. Tiny murders stepfather to avenge his father. Okay, so we're gonna have some probably family bullcrap. Maybe, oh gosh, oh goodness, oh goodness, oh goodness. Maybe Greenie and Tiny are in love. And then, oh gosh. So then Greenie rejects Haiti. But we have to have them actually get married at some point. Because then, like, this would happen. But we have, oh no. Oh. Oh. This. Okay. Look, okay, things are happening. Tiny and Greenie fall in love. Haiti gets rejected by Tiny, so then he has a vendetta against Greenie. But we have to get these guys to fall in love. Somehow. Yeah, we have to get these guys in love. We're just missing one scene, because everything else I think is correct. Because this is the stepfather murdering Greenie, who is Tiny's dad, and then the seance happening. Greenie going, hey, it's your stepfather, and then Tiny pushing the stepfather off, avenging his dad. But we have to find, how do we get them to be in love? He's mad at Greenie. Oh, wait. Because he's not in love with him, because he's in love with Tiny. I think I might throw up if this is something... Shoot. I don't know. Okay, I think my brain needs a break from this one. I will figure it out before the end of this video, but I'm gonna go on to the other level because I can't figure it out. Haiti and Greenie murder their parents. Okay, but do they have the same parents? Probably. Oh, they have to. Okay, so Haiti and Greenie murder their parents, but they could be step-parents. Like, we could have Haiti and Greenie be be kids to two different people, and then their parents get married. Or we could have to use 4 frames to establish that Tiny's the father of both, and then Peachy's the mother of both. But I don't think so. I think this means they're brothers, and their parents are married, so then they're step-siblings. Or they're blood siblings, we don't really... Whichever way, I don't think it matters. Haiti and Greenie murder their parents, so... They're gonna push somebody. These could change. We don't know who's murdering who quite yet. Haiti and Greenie murder their parents. But they could also find out that they're their parents after. Haiti and Greenie murder their parents. Haiti and Greenie murder their parents. Haiti and Greenie murder their parents. Greenie being willing to kill people is going to be harder than Haiti. Haiti will kill people pretty easily. But these, I think, are pretty much locked in. I think it has to be like this because we wouldn't have enough frames to have 4 frames dedicated to lineage. So, get Haiti mad enough at Peachy. Let's just think that. How do we get Haiti mad at Peachy? If Peachy... Okay, so I think they're going to have to find the siblings out later kind of thing. If Peachy is in love with Tiny and then rejects Haiti, then... Oh, he'll murder Tiny. Okay, so then we could need to swap that. It could be like this type of deal, and then he'll push her off. So we'll figure it out. But now we have to figure out Greenie needs... Oh, shoot. Greenie needs a reason to kill somebody. Shoot! Shoot, shoot. Why would Greenie murder Tiny? Why would Greenie murder Tiny? Greenie or Peachy? Why? Kidnapping? Kidnapping. Greenie. Tiny kidnaps somebody Greenie loves. We don't have enough. Oh dear. Oh dear, we don't have enough stuff for this. Haiti and Greenie murder their parents. Greenie would have to get mad at Tiny enough to push... Tiny would have to kidnap somebody Greenie cares about. Haiti and Greenie murder their parents. Let's ask the audience. Do you know what the heck I'm supposed to do? Oh my gosh, I don't know! Haiti and Greenie murder their parents. I don't think we have any way of doing it this way. I can't figure out how... If they're brothers. I don't think we have enough frames for that. But it's gotta be something like this. Haiti and Greenie murder... We're still gonna have to have 2 family things. Maybe they're not brothers. They just murder their respective parents. Haiti and Greenie murder their parents. Haiti... So Peachy's Haiti's mom. Tiny is Greenie's dad. Unless it's something like... Maybe... Haiti... Maybe it's like something like this. Greenie... Peachy is Haiti's mom, and then Haiti is Greenie's dad. So Greenie murders Haiti at some point after Haiti kills his mother. So Greenie kills his father, who then kills his grandma. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Kinda? So then Haiti and Greenie murder their parents. Oh my gosh, I don't know. Haiti and Greenie murder their parents. Haiti and Greenie murder their parents. Haiti and Greenie murder their parents. How many times can I say it? So who do you want to get? You want to get married to Tiny and then reject Haiti? Nope. Reject Haiti. Okay, we got 1 down. Take 1 down, pass it around. Greenie, how do you marry Haiti? Then I think it's something with the kidnapping. Greenie. Who would Haiti Who does Greenie love? Who would... Wait. Peachy? Is it what they were... With no incest? What's the incest storyline? Wait, I don't even understand what I just put. Peachy is Hades' mom? Hades is Greenie's dad. Peachy and Tiny are in love. Tiny rejects Hades because he's in love with Peachy. So then Hades kidnaps Peachy, who Tiny then lets go because Tiny and Peachy... why does Tiny care about Peachy? Or why does Greenie care about Peachy? Wait, why does Tiny... Wait, what did I just... Why does Greenie care about Peachy? Oh, it's his grandma. Is that why? That's all? I have the solution. I still don't understand what's going on. I think Greenie is mad about Hades kidnapping his grandma. So then Hades pushes Peachy off because he rejected her? Or because he wants to get with his mom's spouse? His father-in-law? So then he pushes his mom off? So then Tiny pushes his father and his Tiny pushes the one who killed his grandma off. And that's the no incest storyline, but there's another one with incest. What on earth would I wrote this one down to come back to later, maybe if I can figure it out. I don't know what on earth's supposed to happen with that. So I'm not doing the no incest storyline, but I got both of the little... Apparently I got the harder one, or the bonus one first. Because it's so ingrained in your brain that you're supposed to do incest stuff. But you're not. Tiny murders stepfather to avenge his father. I don't know what you want from me. I don't know what it wants from me. Tiny murders stepfather to avenge his father. Right, so we got this stuff going down. To avenge... I hope we're not playing the pronoun game and his father refers to the stepfather's father. I really hope we're not playing that game. Tiny murders stepfather to avenge his father. So this is gonna have to happen. We're gonna have to establish that Greenie is Tiny's dad. Tiny murders stepfather to avenge his father. We gotta get Hades to push Greenie off. But Peachy, maybe Peachy... Oh, wait. Maybe Peachy is his mom. And then Peachy marries Hades. And there's a stepfather that way, and Hades never has to get with Greenie. So then we have to have Hades get rejected by somebody who's with Greenie. Tiny murders stepfather, because now Hades is stepfather. Tiny murders stepfather to avenge his father. Oh my gosh. Okay. Tiny murders stepfather. If I say it enough times, maybe it'll work. Hades tries to get with somebody who's married to Greenie. Okay, we're getting there. Wait. No, because they are mad at each other. So then maybe... What is going on? Am I getting there though? I think I just messed everything up. What am I doing? Okay, Greenie and Peachy are in love. Peachy rejects Hades. Oh, because we can't have... This has got to at least be before this. Yes, there! Okay, whoa! Greenie and Peachy are in love. Peachy rejects Hades. So Hades is gonna kill Greenie, but first we have to establish that Greenie is Tiny's dad. And then... I think you can interchange these. Because Peachy is Tiny's mom, who then marries Hades. So now Hades is Tiny's stepdad, who had just murdered his dad so that he could get with the mom, become Tiny's stepfather. So then Tiny has a seance with Hades. Or with Greenie, and finds out Hades killed him. Huh. So then Tiny pushes Hades off the cliff. I need to take a nap. I need such a long break, because what was that? And there's so many more. There's empathy, royalty, mischief, lineage, intruder, companion, mischief 2, tragedy, chronicles. Oh, that's it. But look at this. What is that? What is that? 20 frames? Are you kidding me? What is this stuff? Those are gonna hurt my brain. Those are gonna hurt like there's no tomorrow. I'm not ready for those. I'm not ready for those, I say. I'm gonna cry. That's so much. Anyway, I haven't even beat the main game yet. This is my save for the main game. I haven't done all the bonus stamps yet, so I'll have to go back and do those too. But I love this freaking game. It's so cool, and I'm so glad there's lost chapters. I hope they add something to the game one day where the community can make levels for others to play, and it's easier to get it. You can just easily play them in a little community tab rather than having to download files off of GitHub to play it, because these lost chapters are so stinking cool. I love these little chapters. They're so much fun. There's just so many different what does that even mean? Night executes his spouse. Oh, the devil. Oh, the devil. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. You hear the devil music? I love the devil music. It's so much cooler than the other music. Anyway, if you want to see me play more of these levels, or if you haven't seen me play the main game of Storyteller or the bonus edition that's on the mobile version, I have a playlist. I'll link up on the top right. Click the little I button on the top if you want to see me play more of this. Make sure to subscribe, do all those YouTuber things. I will be posting these maybe every other day until I get all of Storyteller done. I really love this game. It's my favorite game on earth, and I hope you watch some more. Anyway, thanks guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!